Hello, Dr. Tawana Worlds by birth, also known as a disruptor. Did you know that millions who grow up in poverty also die in poverty? Have you ever heard the saying, what good can come out of the hood? Well, I'm here to disrupt for just a minute. Yes, I was that little girl that grew up in the hood, grew up in the ghetto, single mother, absent father, eating out of the trash can just to survive. But I was also that girl that determined way back then that I was not going to become a product of my past. And now I help others do the same thing. I'm not a victim, I'm a victor. I help men and women from similar backgrounds find value in their own vote and create wealth from within. Hey, what's going on? Let's bring us in closer together. Hey, how you doing, Mr. Marcus Worlds? It is a pleasure to have you back on to the broadcast, coming by to share some of these truth bombs and these gems and these nuggets in the transportation business. So there's going to be a part 2 to this because I'm going to interview you on today. It's 60 questions, but I know we will not get through all the 60 questions with the answers, and then you're able to share the opportunities that you have. So we're going to cut that in half, and we're going to make this a part 2. But for now, I'm super excited to do this, the interview style, because normally we come by here and we share that we have opportunities, we're having sales, we're doing discounts, etc. And some people really don't know. They call me, they email me, they say, look, I don't know which program to get into. So this kind of helps them understand at the capacity or the understanding level that they need. They can hear it, they can see it, they can feel it, they can interact with it. So without further ado, are you ready, sir? Are you ready?
Let's get it chopping.
All right. You don't know what I'm going to ask you. We actually use AI to come up with these questions. We did some machine learning, put some information into the machine about Marcus, and it came up with these questions. Any question you do not want to answer, you do not have to answer. You can say skip if it's too personal or something like that. But my job as the interviewer is to ask you honest, thorough questions where other people can understand why this industry is so lucrative, how easy it is to get into it right now before they start putting massive stipulations on it, such as they have a law that's coming to pass in November, correct me if I'm wrong, that if you've had a DUI or you've had a dirty alcohol test, whether you have a CDL or not, you won't be able to drive, correct?
Yeah, it's something at that extent. What I was reading about it and people were sharing about it, that if you're having a CDL and you in the database, I think it's in November, after November 24th, then you can be in jeopardy of losing your CDL. So that's what is being said, being reported. A lot of people don't know about it because they ain't really put out there yet, but I have heard a couple people saying that. So don't quote me on that, but it has been on Yahoo, Google. I seen it on there too. So people can Google it.
Go do your research. Make sure you go do your research. But we for sure, we have seen it and we've seen it around.
But let me tell you this though. You know what that means? People with non-CDL is gonna be booming. So let's go, people.
That's what I'm talking about. That's why we show up. I know for sure that we saw that it was going around. We saw the articles and even did a little research a couple months ago. We saw it a few months ago, like at the beginning of the year. And we knew that was going to be a disaster because there's a lot of the people in these truck driving transportation streets pushing weight for JB Hunt and these big, Swift transportation, pushing big weight and making these people trillions of dollars. But if they ever had a dirty alcohol test, they in jeopardy of losing a license. That's the reason why I brought it up, is because with non-CDL, you ain't got to worry about all of that. And there ain't a lot of noise being made about non-CDL and how easy it is. This is how you can help some of your nephews, women, your sons, women, your brothers, your uncles, those that's out there on those streets putting in real work right now for another man. You can go ahead and start something up for the family, put them in position, they transition real nice and smoothly on this non-CDL tip. So, all right, here are, I'm going to do half of the questions. Um, they're broken into different categories. So, number one is, can you share more about your upbringing and how it influenced your views on wealth and entrepreneurship?
Well, my upbringing, I had a pretty good upbringing. Like I said, my mom and dad did a decent job with me to where it was very nice. My mom and dad was always at the home. I had other brothers and sisters. We all got along good. We all, looked up to each other, try to help each other, and try to help other people. So my upbringing was, uh, you graduate, go to college, try to get you a job, and do the best you can. So, but my upbringing came into a different venture. I went off, I played football, I got scholarship, and that didn't work. And so I went to school for business. But I never really put that aspect of going to school and getting a business degree to perspective. I went and got a job and was still working for people. Of course, I got off in the transportation at a young age. So I've been in the transportation industry over 15 years. I always kept a CDL or a regular license, a Class B, Class A. I don't have it all except the hazmat, doubles and triples, but I don't have a commercial license for over 15 years. But I never really got to the aspect of owning my own business until I really got with my wife. She always was pushing like, yeah, you can do your own business. I'm not working for nobody. But my concept of brain was you get you a good job, never not knowing about owning our business. Of course, my dad, he owned several different businesses, but I never really ventured into it or thought about it like that until my wife was pushing like, man, no, you can do this for yourself. You've been doing this, boo, boo, boo. So eventually I veered off into it and started my own business. It was the best thing that ever happened to me because I seen the type of money, not money, but the most important thing, the type of time you can get to spend with your family. We be so big about the money part, but you got to think about it. It's about how can you spend that quality time with your family, with your kids, with your wife. Because if you think about it, if you going to go work a job from 8 to 5 all the time, that's 40 hours out of your week already where you got gone. It's like just being honest with you, it's like your job is your family first. Because you seem like you spend the majority of your time being woke with the people you work with because by the time you get off at 5 o'clock, you come home, you shower, you eat, you already a little rested and tired. You already trying to get in bed. By that time, you really ain't even really spent too much time with your family. So that's the number one aspect of owning your own business is that you have that quality time to spend with your family. That come before the money. Of course, you need money to survive, but that quality time with your family, you can't get that back. You can't get that back. You of course money comes and goes and you need it, but the fact of owning your own business comes with a lot more freedom. And it might be a lot of people saying, well, I don't feel like I can make it. I was one of those ones that felt like I can't do it. But when you see if you're gonna fail at anything you do, you just gotta keep yourself up, stay motivated, and change your mindset. Because a lot of it comes from that mindset of where we get out of school, we gotta get a job. They're not instilling into us to own a business. They're not instilling,
Yeah,
go
right.
get you a business, go do this. So it's like they instilling, go get you a job. But that's not always the case. But when you got that mindset set, or you've been instilled, get that business, you'll see that you can do it. Like a lot of people feel like they can't own no house. Why? Oh, it's a big. All it is with owning a big, just a bigger responsibility.
You're right. You're absolutely right. You're right. You're right. You're right. So actually, what you just explained was a couple of the other questions that I was going to ask. So you covered that. I will read the question because Marcus just covered it. Was, when did you first realize that you needed to change your mindset about money and business? He did cover that. about the mindset. He went to school for business, but still was employed. And it wasn't until he had that aha moment that, you know, I need to, we start having conversations about if you're doing this in the workplace, did you know that you can do this for your own self? That was the approach. I've always told my husband, like I seen him from very early on when we got together. I was like, I see you with a transportation business. I always said that I already had the name like in 2000 and I want to say 2010. We lived in Azusa. I said, we're going to have, I was riding by and saw a coach bus. And I said, the name of our transportation business was going to be World First Class Transportation because we wanted to give them a first class experience and then incorporate our name in it. But, you know, what I saw him getting up, grinding, and doing for, you know, the workplace, the workforce, corporate America, it's like you can do that yourself. And when he thought about it, he was like, right, I'm running a dispatch. I'm making sure that the people get picked up, the drivers. I mean, I can do this. So that was another question. And then I believe it was one more. What was the turning point that made you commit to educating yourself about financial literacy? And he talked about freedom. That was that question. I want freedom. It's nothing more than freedom, time and freedom, time to spend with my family and freedom to be able to spend that time with my family when I want to, and not always having to devote all of my time to the workplace. So we covered three questions in one. Okay, we're gonna keep them a little bit shorter, but this is a good question. What inspired you to enter the transportation industry?
As a kid, if I didn't make it to the NFL, I always was the type of guy that was always on a tractor. I was always on a lawnmower. I learned how to drive at an early age. I learned how to drive when I was 9 years old. My dad and my mom can testify to that. I learned how to drive a tractor. I was driving a lawnmower at probably 6 years old. I mean, I could drive, I could mow my parents' them yards on a riding
Mm-hmm.
lawnmower. So I always knew that I was going to do something in driving. But I always felt like if I didn't make it to the NFL, then I could be doing something in transportation because I like to drive. I always just been a driver. I like to drive. So that's what inspired me to get into the transportation. And then I always liked to see when them big trucks would ride by the highway, I would always be the one that doing like this and toot their horn and blow. So I always like to be in the transportation.
That's good. That's good. I'll say this. That's a smart, wise man because when you think about most people starting businesses, you know, it takes a wise decision. If you start a restaurant business, you know that that's going to meet the needs or solve the problems of a lot of people that don't know how to cook or just want a good time, you know, on the expense of your time for preparing it for them. But I always thought as, you know, a teenager growing up, if I'm gonna start a business, I want to start a business that's gonna be around for forever and that everybody is going to need. So I used to say when I came up on some money, I'm gonna start a diaper business. You need diapers when you come into this world, and you need diapers when you go out of this world. Senior citizens wear them Depends, you know, the newborns and all kind of diapers. But now that I know about the transportation game, transportation been around in biblical times. They used camels to travel back then, but it was transportation. You know, they used horses, you know, they used, and then as things evolve, transportation has been around literally before mankind really existed. And it ain't going nowhere. Transportation is the backbone of the whole entire world. Without transporting people, things, products, you know, people wouldn't have access to medication, organs that they need for emergency food. They wouldn't have a lot of the things, cars, whether that's by railway, airway, highway, seaway. Transportation is always going to be here. So if we're going to think smarter and and we're not going to work harder, we should always invest in something that's going to outlive us, something that we can pass down. So you a wise man. I know that's why I married you. You had to be wise to be with me. So yeah. Let's see. How did you start your non-CDL business, and what were the steps that you took? How long did it take? It's like a threefold question. What did you do to start your non-CDL?
So a
Um,
lot of people wouldn't believe it. With non-CDL, I really didn't know nothing. So I actually, my wife had showed me this course that was online from this one guy, and I purchased it. And it was a pretty lengthy course. But when you determine to do something, you would do whatever it takes to get the knowledge and get what you need. So it was a course that I purchased. I think it was for maybe $2,000, I believe. It was like on a Friday. I'll never forget. It was on a Friday night. We were standing outside by the garage, and I said, "Whoa, there's a lot of information." But I knew in my mind this was something that was intruding because I always thought that you needed a CDL to do this type of stuff. I never heard of this non-CDL thing until my wife showed it to me. So I was determined. I think that Saturday morning I started listening and watching into it, and it was so good information. I was just listening to it throughout the whole day. I think I finished that course like on a Tuesday. I would get up and go to work Monday through Friday from 4:30 to 1:30. I'm supposed to be doing their work, but I'm like, oh, I got to get this information to get my business up. So I mean, I would have people calling on the radio. They'd be like, dispatch, 379. I'm like, oh, okay, hold on, let me get this real quick. Put it on pause. I mean, people were calling. We have to log. I've been on missing people logging their information, trying to listen to the information about this non-CDL. And it didn't take me no more than maybe 2 or 3 months at the most. Because I already had my transportation name, business account, EIN number. I already had it. I just needed to know, okay, which way I needed to go. And that was the way I went. I mean, I took it, and still to this day, I buy other people courses to give me more information because you always can learn from somebody. I don't think that I know it all. Me, myself, I've been in the transportation. It's always something you can learn more. So I'm always buying other people's stuff too myself to enlighten more of what I don't know, because there's always something about it that know more than you. So that's another thing. I still invest in other people's courses, and I took off from there just from buying that course.
all right. So the next question is, and that's real. When you ready to go higher, further, faster, the first it's going to start with that education. All right. What were some of the biggest obstacles you faced in the first year of your business?
Oh, you guys, hear me out. I know we all get into business to make money, you guys, but let me tell y'all something. When you need to know this information, my first thing was learning how to trust other people with your stuff. I mean, I had a brand new F-250 Super Duty Turbo Diesel 2021, $100,000 truck with somebody that you don't even know in the truck driving it, you trusting them with your equipment, trusting them to drive with your truck and trailer. And I can say the guy that I started out with, he was real good. I mean, he was good, started out good, we was doing good, but the most difficult I faced it was when you running them trucks, you better have you some money set aside, because I think I might have had a couple of blowouts, two of them at the same time on the trailer going up to New York. I think that was end up being like $1,000 just with two trailers, a blowout. Also learning how to have your stuff in place for it's like your roadside service. You gotta know how to know where your driver at, know who you can get, and trust me, when you're dealing with these roadside people, you guys, they gonna charge you what you gonna charge. I mean, it's either you gonna pay or you gonna steal. So
So
them were some of my biggest obstacles
learn
right
some
there.
you learned the application from the course, but the real life, DOT inspections and all of that stuff was a little stressful because you
Yeah,
wasn't taught about that, right?
yeah, so with them DOT especially, they can be real tricky, you guys. I'm gonna just keep it straightforward with you. Just depending on where you at. I mean, you got some of them that'll trip on the tin on your truck. I mean, you got some of them that won't even care. You got to make sure you got your stuff in order, and that's where it comes from with the class. Even with ELD, They want you to have the paperwork, the information on the book. It's like you got to really have it down to the T. For everybody tell you get in the transportation industry, but they gonna tell you, they only gonna tell you most of the good thing. But long as you taking course or somebody educate you, I mean, that's a good thing. I mean, when they tell you not to put no 10 in the truck, you better not put it up because it goes against your DOT record, your scope, and that can affect you get a load, different loads from people. Some people might tell you, yeah, your score is too high. And a lot of people don't understand what that means. That'll keep you from getting loads. I mean, good loads. But like I said, you need someone to teach you instruction. Them are some of the things that I had to learn the hard way.
That's real. That's real. So now what I love about going through things and learning on our own, of course, will teach you so much, but real life will teach you some as well. But why I say it was a good thing for you to have to learn that stuff on your own, because you a stickler. I love that about you in business, that you follow the books, you want to do everything by the books, you want to make sure that you're able to scale your business, keep your score right. All of that is
And I'm
really
not.
important to you. Wait a minute. And it's very integral of you to run your business like that, not just run your business any old kind of way. But what I wanted to say was, it was good that you went through that, because you are such a stickler about that. You make a great trainer. So now they will avoid those traps. They will be prepared for DOT inspections. You know exactly how this thing go. So now you can go teach somebody when you didn't know. And that's the beauty of you starting a coaching program and teaching other people. I just wanted to say that.
And I'm not saying I'm perfect by far, not at all. I just try my best to try to teach you everything you need to know, what to get out there and expect. Because a lot of people get into things just looking at it that you just going to make millions of dollars and stuff. You're not going to do that in your first year. Of course, you're going to make good money. But, I mean, you got to know what you're doing just to jump. A lot of people want to get into transportation looking at the money. Yes, the money is good. But you want to know, okay, most especially if you starting out as a driver like me, I teach my drivers, look, you can be a business owner too. You're not just a driver. You doing these things, you know what to expect out down the road. And what I like about it is I dispatch, but I know what to expect out there on the road, what the drivers is going through, what they dealing with. A lot of people just look at it like you driving, but you got to look at it. If you got a family or something, you've been away from your family. You've been away from home. I mean, 2 to 3 weeks at a time. So I know as a dispatcher what it's like being on the road. That's why I tell people it's good for you to get a dispatcher that experience and know what drivers deal with out on the road.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Also, I wanted to add to that as well. When you actually coaching your clients, and this is what has made your clients so successful. We just got another message. We call it social proof of a young man who's getting ready, who took Marcus' course, of course, and because he's so detailed. I don't want to call him a stickler. He's so detailed. The young man was able to actually go and get his stuff as smoothly as it was explained to him. He's getting ready to go pick up his box truck. And we are exceptionally excited. The one in Vegas who took the information, took the game, and he went crazy with it. He started off with several fleets. He already had government contracts and everything in mind. But just because I learned from you, about being so detailed, it used to get on my nerves, but I understand its purpose now, that you're detailed for that way, because that's real. You don't want to just get in business to say that you in business, but you also want to stay in business. The next question is, so we don't make this drawn out. Um, the next question, I thought I remembered it by heart, but let me make sure. Okay. How did you scale your business to 6 figures so quickly in a year? You did 100,000. How much did you do in your first year?
Actually, my first year I did, I think it was like 125,000.
Okay.
Uh, but the way, like you said, it's all about scaling. We was able to go get 2 Sprinter vans. We was able to get that. We was able to add 2 trailers to our fleet. Not to mention, also, we was able to go rent some box trucks. So it's just all about learning how to don't get satisfied with one truck. because you don't want everything coming from that one truck. Because if something happened, then there goes your money. I mean,
Right.
not only that, we did paperwork, DOT MC paperwork. Learning just always my dad always told me, if you drink from one cup, eventually that cup gonna go empty.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to have different ways of some money. You got revenue coming in, passive income. I mean, like I mentioned about the trailer, you can have two trailers. You can rent one out. You can lease one out. I mean, it's different ways with it. You can do that. Also, you got with Sprinter vans. Sprinter vans are something different, but they very lucrative income once you learn the game. I'm not even gonna sit here and sugarcoat it with you guys. When I first got the Sprinter vans, I didn't know how the pay scale worked. Pay scale from non-CDL hotshot and Sprinter van are way different. Sprinter vans, you have to pay more than you paying with hotshot. You can pay 26 to 27, 28% on a non-CDL hotshot. But with the Sprinter van, that's something different. You got to at least do 40, 50, or 50, at least pay. You're going to pay them more because they doing more driving. They don't, it's different requirements. And that, like with the non-CDL hotshot, you got to have ELD in the truck. With Sprinter vans, you don't have to have that. But that's a whole nother teaching though. But that's how we was able to do that.
All right. So you started with one and then you continue to grow other. We're going to keep them short, sweet, straight to the beat. Okay.
Yeah.
I try to get through as many of them as possible. We now approaching like 27 minutes, but that just leads into our next question. You saw the game because in the first year you didn't do no coaching, right?
No,
I think
no
you did
coaching
like
at all.
two workshops,
That's it.
but you were able to get the F-250 and then the trailer, go get another trailer, go get the Sprinter vans, and then go get the box trucks. Um, Most importantly, you had other people driving these, right?
Of course.
Which led you into the next question is what what made you pursue coaching and consulting others on starting this? Because you did that 125K just with your drivers out there on the road. But when you crossed over into coaching, you did already over 100 and something K just in the coaching space. What made you want to start coaching and teaching others about
So,
what you
so
learned?
let me piggyback on that. That 125,000 that was made just off the F-250. The Sprinter vans and the other stuff wasn't even not rolling yet. That was in the next year. So that 100K, 125 came just off the F-250. When we added the other stuff to the fleet, that grew way more because we had more stuff on the road. But back to the question you said about made me want to get into the coaching because uh, I just felt like I can give more back out to the people. My heart is to help people. Even in this world, you don't find too many people that really want to help people or give people the game or give people the knowledge of this transportation because a lot of people, they just looking at it like, I'm just to jump in and make money. Like I know a couple of people that I know right now that's they in the transportation thing, but they getting ran over. They only getting a 12% and they owning their own truck. So they getting just ran over. And I try to explain to them, like, you just don't jump out here, you leasing on to some other authority, and you only getting 12%. I'm like, man, that ain't right. That ain't the game.
That's
People
why
get
you
80,
need a
they get
coach.
20.
I mean, we gotta not to even cut you off, but just
You
to
got to be
interject.
educated.
That's why you need a coach. When we look at athletes, when we look in the basketball, they got all kind of coaches. Strengthening coaches, conditioning coaches, defensive coaches, offensive coaches, stretching coaches, mental health coaches, financial advisor. I mean, they have coaches to make them successful, and that's
Everybody
a
need a
shame.
coach. I
Yeah,
got a coach.
everybody need a coach for multiple things in your life, but to hear that somebody being taken advantage of, it's just because they lack the education. If they
Exactly.
invested in them a coach, they would learn the game, keep more money into their pocket while they making more money for their family. So thank you for sharing that. But you want people to be knowledgeable out here. First of all, I know I do. I want to put other people on. This is a way for you to eat and for you to leave a legacy. So it's like a now and a later type of situation. You eat now, you eat later. But let me try to jump over, maybe do a couple of more Um, what's the most rewarding part of helping others start their business?
This to see other people succeed. They actually see that, okay, I was able to help this person succeed and to get their family, be able to take their families on vacations and trips, and to be able to. I mean, don't get me wrong. If people want to work an 8 to 5 and still run that business, they can do that. But me, it's just being able to be home with my family, spend time with my family, and be able to take vacation. I mean, what's so good about this transportation? I'm gonna keep it short too. Is that you can do this from anywhere. You can do this from flying to Hawaii. I mean, most especially if you're the owner and you're not driving. But you can pick your own hours when you want to drive if you want to drive. But I'm gonna keep it short.
Okay, cool. All right. So, how do you balance being a husband, a father, and an entrepreneur?
So it's people say that it's hard. No, it's not hard. See, I can get up at 4:30 in the morning. I'll be on there doing my own dispatch, however many people I need to dispatch. Usually I'll be done by sometimes 7:30, 8. Sometimes it might run a little longer, most especially if you get somewhere and they cancel a load, because you deal with that too. That you might get to a place and they be like, yeah, this load is canceled. It is no longer picking up today. Boom, you got to hop back on there and find a load. But for the most part, everything be pretty accurate. Once you know that, okay, I got everybody booked, then I'm done with that. I mean, you can be done by 8:30, 10 o'clock, you done. Boom, you at the house, you out of your office, you with your family time. Most of the kids, they go to school, then you there with your wife, then that's time for you and your wife. I mean, it be time where I can even cook dinner for my family. I mean, I be done. I can come home, cook dinner, feed the kid, help my wife with the kid, wash clothes, hey, helping around the house, happy wife, happy home. So, hey, that's the benefit.
Yeah, that's real. Happy man, God's plan. Happy wife, happy life. It goes hand in hand. We both gotta be happy, but yeah, for sure, 100%. I'll be up in here working and dinner be done. That's no cap. Laundry, I don't think I've done laundry in over a decade. I don't do laundry and clothes and different things of that sort. So yeah, you are a very magnificent man. I appreciate you for everything that you do. Um,
Teamwork.
that's right. How do you stay motivated despite the challenges that you face?
Number one is just knowing that when people know that mean Coach Worlds, Marcus Worlds, you bring up his name, he know what he talking about. He trying to help you. I'm not trying to beat nobody. Just always trying to help people, encourage, give people knowledge. I mean, sometimes it be people calling that you be like, oh, okay. Me, my thing is, I don't want to give you no information if you ain't fit to go do nothing with it. It's just a waste of time. I mean, it's a difference if you call me and you fit to go do something with it. But it's like only a dog return to a vomit. If you get what I'm saying, that's the word. So
Yeah, that's real. Okay, it says I'm gonna ask this last one, and then I'm gonna give you an opportunity to share some opportunities because we're gonna be 100% transparent. Okay, we got little people here as well, so it's we got to get back to them, right? But we want to make sure that we give you enough value to help you make a decision if this is something that I need to do, and if I do, I need to do it right now. Okay, and then here is some answers to some questions that may be burning in the back of my mind. I know for a long time, people that follow my husband was like, well, I want to start, but I don't want to drive a truck. We like, you ain't got to drive no truck. You ain't got to drive no van. You ain't got to drive no fleet. But what are some of the advantages? And I would like to start off this answer first and then let you add on to it because I done seen some crazy stuff like in the transportation space that I never would have thought of had my husband not been in the transportation space. But what are some advantages of starting a non-CDL transportation business? And even though I'm the interviewer, I want to say just throwing these out, especially because I'm a woman. I was a single woman before I met you. Um, I knew how hard it was to just get extra income. I was on welfare assistance. And if I would have known this game back then, man, my life would have been so much different. But I'm glad that I know it now. So for the grandmothers, for the mothers, the single mothers, even the married mothers, you know what I'm saying? You can learn. I'm so big on education. because what you learn from us, come sit up under us, learn from us, learn the information, on your own time, if that's the way that you choose to do so, but you're still learning from us, then you can go and teach it. And I believe that's what everybody is supposed to do. You can charge for your time, but you can teach valuable information that will change lives for generations to come. So I'm going to say some of the craziest stuff, it's not crazy at all, it's just crazy in my world, that you can take a box truck and turn that into a gaming. It don't have to be just delivery. You don't have to be picking up loads and taking them across country. No, I seen a lady take a box truck and then turn it into a gaming, for birthday parties and events when kids want to have like a game day, and they got all these PS5s and all of this stuff, got the walls decked out, like a projector screen. So they like having a virtual experience. They run up the bag for that type of stuff. And then she knows the steps because she turned hers into a game, a mobile game, whatever they call it, mobile gaming station. Um, Now she can do this customized for other people. She know the steps to take. She know the connects. She know the hookup. So it money invested for her to have it done, but it's also money that she can harvest for knowing how to get it done and helping other people. But there's a big bag in that. Also, that same woman had a like a spa, where the young girls, teenage girls, and get on there and get their hair shampooed, makeup done, their nails, have them some me time instead of going to, the block, or going to, those that come into our communities and set up shop. She can actually, that's mobile. I helped a client who had a mobile jazz. It's like coffee and jazz. So he ride around, set up shop. You can get your good vibes on and have some coffee. Also, I know a client, a sister, I call her a sister, but she started a whole mobile vegan. Hey, I can go out and I can spread my education, my awareness, and my healthy eating mobilely. I also know a gentleman who started a clothing brand out of his car and then turned that so he's mobile. He has certain suits and sets that he sells that are custom made. He take them and travel all up and down the United States. So there's a lot of things that a lot of advantages. It does not just have to be in CDL, and it still be very lucrative. It still be very lucrative. You can go to the senior citizens homes, take them on trips to, on the 1st through the 3rd, take them to store trips. I mean, you can get a contract with Medicaid, a 12-passenger van, and take these people to dialysis, different things of that sort. I'm gonna let you hop in, but those were some things about transportation that I didn't know that you can do, and them is simple. That's something you don't need no CDL for that at all, and it's very lucrative. But what's some other advantages?
The other advantages is, for number one, you don't need no CDL.
Yeah.
The second advantage is, if you don't want to drive, you don't have to drive. You can hire other people to drive for you. The third advantage is good passive income. It's not just driving a truck. It's other ways you can make money in the transportation industry. It's not just driving a truck. Leasing your authority is another way. Trailer rental, starting up a dispatching business. So for anyone, single mom, single dad,
Stop right
married
there.
couple.
Hold on. Stop right there. Stop right there. Stop right there. Now, the person that's getting taken advantage of with the 12%, they're leasing somebody else's MC and DOT number, correct?
Correct.
And how much is they supposed to be making?
It's supposed to be 80-20 split. You get 80, they get 20%.
So the person that got the MC DOT get 20%, and the person that's driving get 80%.
Correct.
So people can just start them up at MCDOT and leverage that without ever having any type of fleet, right? 20% of of a $10,000 week.
They get 20%, but they would have to cover some requirements. They would have to provide some equipment for that person to run under their authority. That's about it. And it's not too much of nothing. Insurance, ELD, and they get 20%. So it's certain requirements you still have to have, but it's not much.
But they can also go lease them and have them requirements met, correct?
Correct.
They can go lease that fleet. They don't gotta go use no
They don't
cash,
have to go. They don't have to go buy no truck, but you can lease your authority.
period. And make that type of money off of one truck, off of just one MCDOT number. But imagine if I had 5 trucks, 20% of a $10,000 week, because that's how much CDL drivers, non-CDL make about 5 to 7,000.
So you will have to have at least a truck under that to activate your insurance, and then of course some other couple other requires, but that's it.
But they minute, right? They minor.
Yeah, they minor, real minor.
Stuff you can get around. Okay. Don't give them too much game. Okay. But that's good. That's good. All right. So there's many ways to scale this transportation business. Too many ways. Right now, Florida and Texas, they finna have a hurricane hit from this thing that's been, churning over there, in Jamaica, the islands. They finna look for people in transportation. 250 racks for you to take water pallets. And like we said, you ain't even got to drive it. There's all kind of ways to leverage other people. You got a truck, okay? How much you charge me to run this from that? Give me 50,000. Okay, cool. I just did 250,000. There go your 50,000 for doing the service. I kept 200,000, so now I'm able to go scale up, go buy me an 18-wheeler, put somebody else in that. Now I got passive income from that, and then go buy me a Sprinter and a box truck, right? Because I can use that 200,000 and go do that and still be sitting with about 70, 80,000 a net after that. And now I got 4 to 5 vehicles doing that type of money. So it's very, very lucrative outside of government contracts. We just talked about the MC and DOT number. Outside of that, dispatchers make good money, 6 figures from sitting at home using a laptop, having them a lifestyle. I call it the laptop lifestyle because that's the best way to go. That's what Marcus does. He dispatch and he coach and consult. He dispatch his own trucks, his drivers, he dispatch. That's what he do. And you get to do that on your own time. Okay, of course, there's better opportunities. Early bird get to worm, but listen, you dispatching for other people that need you to find a load. The dispatchers will keep them wheels turning and that money keep coming in. So dispatchers are very, very, very necessary. But you can be a dispatcher. There's people that got trucks, F-250s, F-350s. They ain't got no trailer to haul nothing. So you can leverage business credit, start you just a trailer rental. That's it. I ain't touching no fleet. I ain't got to worry about no drivers, no blowouts, no maintenance. I'm just renting trailers. That's very lucrative itself. There's so many things you can do in transportation. So with that being said, I'm going to finish up part 2 for the other questions, but tell them what you have available for them. Since it's Independence, we passed July the 4th, but since we is in an independence window, that's what I'm going to say. You just had Juneteenth, quote unquote, Independence Day. No, we created our own independence. And so we are able and in a position to offer sales and discounts and promotions when we want to. And we just feel like right now we in that vein where the energy is high and it is a time of liberation for our people. So we put together discounts and stuff and sales, not to discount or diminish our business and what we've built, but to meet people where they at, because we've been where they at. We look for somebody to give us the game, but the game is to be sold, not told. Ain't nobody giving you nothing. When we come by here and give you this is the game. But when you want to play, When you want to learn how to avoid the landmines and get straight from A to Z, then you're going to definitely need to be in that inner circle. So I'm going to let you take it over. I'll probably close it out. I want to say before he tell you the offers, because he probably going to forget. That's why I'm his rib. Make sure you follow him on all of his social media platforms, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. He got a Facebook business page and personal page. All of the information will be in the description of this video, as well as all payment information. Make sure you read the description. Everything you need to know, you can answer your own question literally with going into the description of this video. But what opportunities do you have to help our people right now?
So look, I mean, I got some good stuff going on right now. I mean, this is a so crazy deal. Sat down with my wife and discussed it, and it just like I told my wife, they can't get it right here. They missing the mark. I mean, if it ain't for you, tag somebody, share it with somebody, but you do not want to miss this deal. So my first offer is I'm doing 20 people, 20 people. The first 20 people, I got an $800 Independence Day sale. 20 people for $800. This will get you your business side of your MCDOT. It's no payment plan for this one because it's discounted over 50%. Over 50%. Then my next offer is
Hold on. Wait, let us intel a little bit about what that means, because we have a package where it's complete done for you, which includes all of your documents and registration, your whole setup. But we will do your EIN so that we can register your MC and your DOT for $800. We just told you a play on how you can actually do 10K plus months just leveraging your MC. Some people already say, I got my EIN, I got my LLC. What about if I just need the MCDOT? So that that includes your EIN so that you can use your business social security number, your MC and DOT, BO3, and another document, that registration all done for you. Okay. You just be responsible for going to go get your business bank account, and you got a transportation business that, whether you have wheels or not, it's 100% legit. So for 20 people at 800, that is what you get for that sale, for that special. Okay, honey, go ahead.
and the next one is the same type of deal, but this one is $1,600. This one comes with a payment plan. So this one comes with a payment plan. I mean, it's $533 a month for 3 months. It'll get you the same thing, but it give you a nice advantage if you don't have it all up front. You can do it. I mean, you can do finance. We got financing, so you can do that. So if you don't have it, you can try the financing. They'll finance. That one we got for 10 people.
Okay. And what is included in that is everything.
Everything.
LLC, DOT, MC, EIN, trade lines, all of that is included. Your BL3, your other registration, and then you get access to the trainings.
To the
Then you
training.
get access to the trainings, because we want to make sure that we support you along the way until you become a successful transportation, non-CDL transportation business. So he's doing 5,000 originally. Last time he ran this sale, it was for 1997. And then he did like a one-day sale, just a quick flash sale for 1497. But 1,600 originally. We do this whole entire package. We didn't done it for 10,000, because technically, if you go to them outsiders, they're gonna charge you 50,000 to set up your setup, for real, and that does not come with no fleet or any of that. So 1,600 is a steal, okay, and it's only going to be for 48 hours or 10 people, whichever one come first. But that's the whole shabizzle, the whole shebang. The $800 one is the EIN, MC, DOT, and those other two registrations. Okay. Is there anything else you got for?
And the other one is I got a 4-day dispatching class going for $200. 4 days of dispatching class. I mean, you're gonna get what you need. That's going for $200. That will begin on, I think I'm gonna start on July the 22nd, and it will go for 4 days. It's going for
Okay.
$200. I mean, I'm going live and do. You're gonna have to be able to see the load boards, everything. Teach you to give you the paperwork, what you need, how to set up your files, and we're gonna hit a lot of stuff on how to even dispatch dump trucks, pilot cars. So that's going for 200.
Good. That's good stuff. So that one is going to include where to find those who,
What load
need
boards
you
to
to
use?
dispatch for them, what load boards, how to book the load boards, what time to get up, the early bird catches the worm, how to use another platform to actually go and create your graphics. You can literally be in business the first day or the fourth day. If you a stickler and like to draw it out, the fourth day. But the information that we're gonna bring to you will allow you to get started up and running in the first day, especially as a dispatcher. Okay. So 200. How many people you taking in on that opportunity?
I'm only taking 15.
15 on that one. Okay. So you got 20 on the 800. You got 10 people that you're only taking on the 1600, and you got 15 that you're taking for the dispatching. Now, y'all
And,
been hitting Dr. T up about
and
that
hold
dispatch.
on, hold on, Dr. T. I got something else. Also, it will be a MC class, and I'm hiring somebody for the position, for that position, to come apart and join my team to learn how to do the MC. So I'm gonna do. You pick the price of what you want the MC, and somebody will be chosen to be hired under my company to do the MC.
So, are you talking about the raffle? Is this for the
No,
raffle?
no. This not the ref.
Okay.
This is teaching someone how to do the MC, and then somebody will be hired to come on my staff and get them a position to have a job to
Okay.
do the MC
Gotcha.
paperwork. You pick
So
the
you're
price.
getting ready to host another live MCDOT workshop, and then
Workshop.
somebody from that who signs up to take that workshop will be able to work alongside of you
Correct.
one on one to learn how to do the business. Okay, that's what's
No,
up.
no,
That's what's up.
they
You'll
would they
hire them on
no
your team.
they. I'm gonna hire somebody from the workshop to work under my company to do the paperwork.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said. Okay, okay. So how much is that workshop? And is that going to be at the end of the month? When is that going to be?
At the end of the month, you pick the price.
You pick the price of how much they're gonna pay you for that MCDOT.
No, I'm telling you to pick the price. How much we gonna charge for that?
Okay. You did 497 for a live because these people could turn around and make thousands of
They can
dollars.
make thousands of dollars. I
I
mean,
would run that workshop this one time for 200. I would say I will run this workshop this time for 200. They miss this, they miss out
hey,
because you have
exactly.
ran this live workshop for 497. But if it's an Independence Day sale for you, I would say make it like the dispatch and just do 200. Last but never least, you do have a raffle where you can actually put a little in and get a lot of out because you have a raffle where you are going to be raffling off a done for you business in a box. What people are going to pay 1,600 for, you're going to do a raffle for them to get access, or is it going to be a raffle to your 6 month mentorship? Which one?
Uh, I'm gonna do the raffle for the 6 month mentorship.
Okay. So the 6 month mentorship, usually, generally speaking, we would charge $5,000 for a 6 month mentorship. But I do know my husband told me the other night to say it in one of my videos and I said it wrong. The raffle is $100. Now imagine you winning a 5K value for $100 raffle ticket. Okay. There will be one, I don't say lucky, there will be one chosen assigned winner from that raffle to spend 6 months. I mean, learning. You want to glean. That's going to be when you glean and you get that information, then your value go up, which you turn around and you go teach. You can charge whatever you want to for it. But you will have 6 months access to box trucks, dump trucks, sprinter vans, government contracts, funding, business credit, non-CDL, trailer rental, freight broken, all of the stuff that come with the non-CDL. And it's $100. So imagine you put it in $100 and reaping out, you got something that would change your financial
The,
forecast.
the independence deal is just so crazy, you guys. So y'all better jump in. Come on, get on the winning team. Let's go.
They don't better do anything, but we would hope that you would. When he
Man,
say better, he just mean take advantage of it now, because a missed opportunity is simply that, a missed opportunity. If you don't
don't
catch it while it's
eh,
present,
eh,
you miss
don't
it.
let
And
count don't
not
let
come
counting
back.
dollars stop you from your blessing.
Yeah, that's real. That's what I say all the time. All right, you want to close out with anything? We have 56 minutes.
That you guys, let's go change your mindsets, change your freedom. For you got any couples or any married people that married that would like to see a husband, boyfriend, or whatever your situation is, this something to invest to get them away to be able to have more time with their family, because we only get one life to live. This is something you can do, pass on generation after generation. You can teach your kids, teach your daughters. I mean, women's doing this, so it's no particular person. It's an open market for anybody. Single mom. No, what I want to say too is, for men that say they got a homeboy or women that say they got a homegirl, you can take advantage of the 800 offer. You both come up with $400. That's $800. You figure it out. And we can come up to go out here to sell drugs or get some guns to go retaliate on the ops, to shoot at our ops. We can come together as young men, black men, women, whoever, women, we can come together and get a business. I mean, if it ain't for you, tag and share to somebody else. I mean, you can come together to start up violence or come together to do this. You can come together to get your business rolling, change your future, change your lives.
Yeah,
That's
that's
it.
real. That's facts. All right, y'all. So with that being said, we told y'all we wanted to keep this short, sweet, straight to the beat. We wanted to bring y'all some value, let you know when I say that this is the fastest way to passive income, I absolutely mean that. Are you gonna have some obstacles? Yeah, but when you got somebody like the world's on your side, then we can conquer them obstacles. We done been there, done that. So our job is to pave the path so you can go on the path of least resistance. And we are just extending our hand to help you. Okay. You've been watching us for a long time. You didn't see our progress. You didn't see the elevation. Shame on you, because we've been offering opportunities. Stop watching us and join us. If you don't want to do it for nobody else, do it for the younger folks. Hey, nephews, this is what I'm giving y'all. I'm not giving y'all $500 in J's and an outfit. No, I'm finna invest this money and I'm finna hand you a business for your birthday, for your graduation. I'm finna have you hand you a business for Christmas. We putting our young people on to something that has never been done before, and that is called generational wealth. With that being said, this is the way, and they get to drive for their own selves. We ain't sending our young men, we ain't sending our older men, we ain't sending our brothers, our husbands, our nephews, our sons. We ain't sending them out there to work for massa no more. It's legacy. So we thank you for your time. We like to earn the rights to your time, and we appreciate those that tuned in, tapped in. Remember to share this everywhere. This is Black excellence. We've been married almost 20 years. We've been in business together 4 years. Those are milestones. Everybody don't make it. Okay. We've been in business together for 4 years. We've been in ministry together for over 15 years. We've been in the community space, in the nonprofit space since 2006. Okay. You do the math on that. That's almost 20 years, just as long as we've been together. We've always been serving the people, and that's what we want to do. We ain't here to sell you anything. We're here to hand you our hand up, not our hand out. Still got
And
to.
the link for the people that need the finance, my wife will put it in the description where you can go for the finance.
Yes, for sure. If you need the financing, because you never know. They got Klarna, Afterpay, I believe, Affirm, and then he has his own payment plan. So you can use the links, but there's also other payment platforms. Those who pay in full, we call them action takers. Action takers are money makers, right? So we have additional bonuses like coming to an in-person, in-live clinic. You know what I'm saying? We give you access to come stay all exclusive with your food and housing paid for. We take care of you. So action takers are money makers. We always have something exclusive. We go above and beyond for those who are, I'm ready right now, I'm serious. And thank you for leading the way. We always take care of you and look back out for you. So with that being said, we're gonna chunk y'all to deuces until the next time. We will see y'all on the inside. And again, remember, if this ain't for you, share with somebody that is for. All right, peace out.